in the air, fighting with everything they've got to take the win of the 67th Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett. I'm your host, Regan Tetlow. Joining me in the studio, Sam Parks. What a day.
Regan, this has been one of the most extraordinary finishes that I've ever seen for a Gordon Bennett race. I've watched some extraordinary finishes before, but this one is off the charts exciting.
It's the two-timber time is just about to get to 69 hours. It's 68 hours and 58 minutes already landed in the last few hours. We've got Swiss 1 with 2,109.75 kilometers, and there they are right there. Austria 2 with 2,111.16 kilometers, and just before we went on air, about 5 minutes before, Germany 3 were on 2,109. Let's see if we can get an actual update of their distance right now, if we can just get the track in there and find out where they are on their distance.
Right there.
Yeah, let's see what it is. It was 2,109. This is all happening live right now, guys. This is, what is it? It was just there. We just saw it. Just get it one more time. Let's get it on the other screen here. Remember, they're looking for current leader 2,111, and they're at 109.2.
Gained a couple hundred more meters.
Incredible stuff. Lots of things happening. We've got lots of things to get through, lots to show you and talk about. Let's have a look at some of the landings. France 1, we're landing. We've got some tape of that.
Good. Where's that way? Hi. Helena from Algarve Balloons. No. No? Hi. Helena.
Dessus.
It's fine. Fantastic.
Amazing images there. Sam climbing over the fence to get to them.
Well, it's amazing that they were able to land in the road the way they did. And what I'm really surprised at is down here on the peninsula where all this has taken place, the winds are still relatively light.
Yeah.
And so you can see that Germany here, they're very slowly tracking toward the Swiss team. And I'm sure they can see each other off in the distance.
It's incredible stuff. We've got some content as well of France 3 landing. Let's have a look at that.
Buon dia. Buon dia. Come te chiama? Come te chiama? Scusi, come te chiama?
José.
José. José? Oh, José. Muchas gracias, José. Muchas gracias. Vamos, tú el baron. Donc ça, c'est Paul-Henri et Alexis. Paul-Henri et Alexis. Monster, hein? Allemagne, Germany. Muchas gracias, José.
Bon dia.
Attention.
Ouais.
Eh les gars, exceptionnel, anthologique. Moi, je suis super fan. J'ai vécu un moment incroyable. On parlera de tout ça après. Bravo pour l'atterrissage. C'est juste une petite vidéo pour remercier tous les gens qui nous suivent. Et vraiment, waouh. Voilà, maintenant je vais en profiter pour aller faire un gros bisou à mon Alex. Et je vous dis à tout à l'heure.
It doesn't get much better than this. It's live action. The finish is in our grasp. We can also taste it. We're joined in the studio, one of our main sponsors from Westfalen, Nicholas Dawn, head of hydrogen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks for everything you've done for the Gordon Bennett race this year so far. You've made it absolutely perfect for us. We've got some footage on the screen, actually, of the brand new balloon from you guys, and it's just getting its hydrogen and getting its launch. Its release up there before it launched off to begin our race. It was the first one into the sky. You must be very proud.
Let's say proud for everyone that is involved. I think it's a team sport that you can totally see, and not only in terms of hydrogen filling, but also what's going on here on the ground. I think no one can believe the tension that we currently can feel here. It's a real team sport, and I have to say, a little bit proud to be part of it and to do our tiny bit of it.
And Sam and Nicholas, it's a different type of race because I think, is it for the first time we're using green hydrogen? Can you tell the people watching what the difference is?
I mean, in general, hydrogen can be produced by many means. If you talk of green or sustainable hydrogen, it's important that it's CO2 neutral or green, like renewable. And for us, that's one of the main, I think, components. We think that hydrogen is one of the energy carriers, molecular energy carriers that we see for the future. And we want to supply that not only to a ballooning sport that we do with let's say, lots of joy, I can tell, but also to our industrial customers and to customers in mobility. And I think this is shows the versatility of that molecular carrier. And we're part of it. We love it.
How's it feeling back in the office with this race? How's everybody feeling about what's happening here this week? They must be very excited back in the office.
Yeah, everyone is excited. I mean, you have the different teams. Yeah, you have our management, you have our technical people, and I think they did actually a very good job. What I've heard, it was a difficult situation. We were close to that castle, Schloss Münster, quite constrained space, and it was let's say, a significant effort they had to do, and that's why I told you already, a little bit proud actually to make it happen and to fill fast the 21 balloons. I think there were four trailers in action that we saw. Usually more than 10 people during filling. A team sport again, and I think that shows that things have to come together. You cannot only do it by yourself. You need good people, and then things happen.
What do you think, Sam? The filling and the inflation with these guys, it seemed pretty good from my end.
This is my first time to actually work with Westfalen before in the inflation team. I've never seen something more productive, efficient. Congratulations for everything that you've done, and particularly with the sponsorship and your technological team that you put together for this. This was absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for your support.
Yeah, we really appreciate Nicholas. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Everything you've done for us here, lads. And talking of our main sponsors, we're going to go to a little ad break now and check in with our sponsors.
It is not the hours, minutes or seconds that define us, but generations. The watch collection from the Tutemer family. Discover more at tutemer.com.
You know, I think talking about green hydrogen, I think the whole concept of what we got, the whole feeling is about change. Gordon Bennett has changed a lot with the technology which is used for all the pilots and the teams to communicate with their headquarters and what they can see, what's happening. The coverage of it has changed with Gordon Bennett TV. We've been bringing you for the last few years, you know, more access to what's going on. And I think with your company, change as well is very much at the heart of what's happening, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the two, let's say, different fields of action. I mean, ballooning is turning towards more sustainability with the help of hydrogen, and so also our company Westfalen Gruppe is. I mean, we're currently quite, let's say, based on fossil energy carriers. We have refueling stations, fossil refueling stations. We have industrial gases. We supply LPG to our customers for domestic heating, and we find ourselves really in the midst of that transformation process. That means we want to be part of the solution of the sustainability that we want to achieve as a society in future. We want to be part of that, and that's why we take it serious. We invest around 100 million euro each year in sustainability. That's compared to our company size quite significant. And we do so, for example, with hydrogen that we have for our industrial customers, mobility customers. We do so with, let's say, heat pumps that we offer for domestic heating. We offer a bio LPG for domestic heating. I think these are all points that are showing that the society as such needs to take on that challenge.
Yes.
And we are very happy to be a part of it, and we would also be happy if we're not the only ones and could start with a little bit of headwind, to use an aeronautical term, with a little bit of headwind to make it happen for everyone.
There you go, you see. The new future awaits, leading the way right here. It's incredible, real action. Can we just get the tracking back on screen for a second, just to see what's going on there and just see where they are at? Germany 3, it was 2,109. Let's just see if we go to the full screen for a moment and get those on there where they are at. Producer Mark and Florian, you can probably let me know their distance currently. It is Germany 3, 2,109.33. So they're crawling along very slowly indeed. We know Swiss 1 are watching very carefully, 2,109.75. They put down an incredible landing, and we spoke to them before their race and after their landing.
Well, the Gordon Bennett is, as we all know, is the World Championship. So there is nothing higher to compete on that. And as we also know, that's also still called the hardest race which still exists. And we celebrate that actually with our team, but also with the big crowd looking at us. And that's certainly, additionally to the nice flight we will have, and I'm pretty sure we will have that. It's also great to see how many people are giving you support, are giving you feedback, are looking at. We know that a lot of them will sit in the night when maybe one of us is sleeping, but they will keep the eyes on the screens and support us from the ground. So that's really fabulous and has improved and increased in the last few years massively. 2008, we made our first flight together as a team that was in the USA. From Albuquerque. And that's not completely all the 16 years we have been flying together, because I had 4 times which I was not part of the team because of getting boys. Well, my wife got it, but I was trying to help her a little bit. But I was with Kurt now 13 times in the basket. Well, I mean, as a summary, we have been 4 times World Championship, then we have been 5 times second place, and 1 time third place, and then the other ones were 5th and 8th, and that's around it. But sometimes you have the feeling that maybe people looking at it and watching it, they think, well, it's easy, they go now to Spain, and in Spain, they decide, and then it's over. So we always have also to educate our crowd that still, with a lot of technology, still with a lot of transparency, you still have to do that. And 88 hours in a small basket with 1.2 square meters, that's not something you really do every day or every month. So it's really still adventurous and still hard on you as a person. We look forward for a very interesting race. We hope everything runs well as planned. We will see, hopefully, you as soon as we are back, and we are maybe then on the podium, maybe not. There is always a piece of luck you need, but we will fight for that and hope to see you again then on the podium.
And we got some great footage of their landing from the chase crew. Let's have a look. Look at that, getting the images of them landing, Sam.
You know, it's amazing now with the cell phones all have cameras on it that we can be there to capture this historic landing there at the very point here on this peninsula. It's quite extraordinary for someone to actually be there to capture that.
Yeah, that's their chase crew getting these beautiful images there. Good job in the camera.
And momentarily, you'll actually see that when the envelope actually touches down, the pilots then will just pull the parachute valve. Okay. There it goes, right there. You can see that they're starting to make some contact, and you'll see that the balloon will actually dish in. They're valving the gas off, and they did a perfect landing.
Brilliant. Just after that, we spoke live with Kurt and Pascal. Let's check it out. It's Kurt, Pascal. Good afternoon.
Hi. Hi.
All right, tell me about that incredible finish for you guys.
It's still not finished, you know. One is still in the air, we see it.
No. The incredible finish for you. That's what I asked.
We made a sightseeing tour of Sagres, you know. All the tourists lying on the beach. We have seen all of them. It's really a nice place here to not only ballooning, but also to make some holidays here.
So the track you were flying really set the public alight. Everybody was so excited to see what you were doing so far out over the water and then catching that turn to the left. Just talk me through that a little bit.
Well, we had the luck, you know, our team was already on site, so we had wind measurements locally from here. Our team back home in the headquarters already proposed how the model showed, and we could actually verify that the model and the wind measurements were quite accurate. So we were pretty sure that what we are going to do, even if it looks on the chart quite silly or maybe in the first moment not working, we were quite sure it will work. And that, it showed it worked. We missed a little bit the last few meters, to be honest. Afterwards, you are always smarter. You could say, we could actually do a little bit more, but again, it's a great race. I mean, the pilot's still in the air, but also the pilots landed before or now in first. I mean, there's great pilots, and just a great race.
When we talked the last time, you were touching on the subject of people saying all you have to do is fly down through Spain to Portugal as if it was an easy task. And you were saying this is not an easy task at all. How much of what you did today was in your mind then?
I mean, what we see is really in the final approach of the race. I just said to Kurt, normally our race, what we did today, that would normally be no question first place. But yes, we see with technology, but also with the tracking being so transparent, so direct with data, we see that the competition is getting more and more close in the end. I mean, it makes it much more interesting for the crowd also at home. But for us, it's actually everyone looks at the other one, and it's getting more and more important that you are not the first who lands, but maybe the last one. And that's with wind speed, wind direction, weather development, that's quite challenging. And probably also the accumulation of the headquarters that also brings some more power to the crowd yes, here, or to the race. We see now the German and the Austrian have together a command center, so they have quite a lot of power in the backside to create the strategies. But we are still very, very happy with our team. I mean, our team did a fabulous job. They predicted everything what we have seen. They predicted how we were moving, how we were down here. So it's a fabulous job of our team.
It was fascinating, phenomenal what you did, how you put yourself where you were right there on that landing. I take it how was the landing?
That was more or less easy. Maybe 15 to 20 kilometers an hour on the ground. So absolutely normal. A little bit, a lot of trees, small trees here, but we even could come with a car from people from here, so we could retrieve, or we can retrieve everything.
So we have met balloonists from here, from the Algarve.
Yeah.
So they they came us and helped us with their car. So they are flying normal hot air balloons down here. So
That's so
even
good to
down
see
here,
them.
you
So
can-
good to see them. So the big question now, of course, for the podium is Germany 3. Can you actually see them from where you are? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
the
you
distance.
can see them maybe when you see.
There
can you
they
see
are.
them?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it
Wow.
looks like they will overtake us. So, well, I think so.
What an incredible image to see them like that.
Yeah. We have had that once with the French guy, you know. Vincent
Yes,
came.
I
We were
remember.
backing up and we were finished, and then Vincent came and there is Vincent. Okay, first place is gone.
Do you think anybody from your team might be able to film their landing?
Let's see if they're getting close to us. We try it. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely wonderful to see. Let's just have one more look at them. Just take the camera around to them again, just to show the people at home just how close this race is. The last time I checked, they were doing less than 10 kilometers an hour, something around 300 meters, and they're still there. They're still in it. It's almost lost for words to see it coming down like this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ja, 5,3 Stundenkilometer haben sie jetzt noch.
5.
Ja,
Wow.
280 Grad.
200.
What is the is that the height?
200.
500 meters, 570 meters,
Sehr, sehr gut.
5.3 kilometers per hour. Yeah.
5.3 kilometers an hour, 570 meters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be
Last one.
interesting how they're going to manage the flight
Yes,
now.
yes. And without a chase crew.
Yeah, we don't. The chase crew is here. These two people will chase them.
Amazing. Hello. What are their names? Can we say hello to them?
Say hello to the people here.
Hello,
Hello,
ich bin Annette und mein Mann Graham.
and I'm Graham, and we're from Seville. So we came and saw Kurt and Pascal a few years ago when they come and visit us. So we wanted to come and say hello to them again.
Well, that's very good to see you. And I must say, your Seville accent sounds suspiciously English.
Yeah, it's a little bit British, yeah.
Well, thank you, guys. Kurt and Pascal, anything you would like to add to your friends and family and supporters watching right now?
Yes, I would say thank you to all the people they writing us on the blog. So it was incredible to see how many people follow us and was saying, "Hey, you go for the best." So that was nice. Yeah, thank you very much.
And thank you also for the whole organization, because as you know, we can do that, but only because there is an organization doing that, Gordon Bennett. It's not easy, and we know every year it's getting more complicated. So thank you again, Sebastian and his team, Thomas, and you, Regan. You did really a great job, and you're still doing a great job. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I'll let you carry on with your after landing preparations. I'm still, my mind is blown by seeing Germany 3 still there in the sky. This continues. It's still the excitement and the adventure. And this will be going out in about 25 minutes on the 5 o'clock show. So even then, will we know? We will find out.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Yes,
much,
and-
Swiss One.
And look here, we are really on the ground. Here, we are really on the ground.
Really back on the ground after
After 2,000,
so many
2,000
hours.
kilometers.
2,000 kilometers. What an incredible result. Incredible flight. And what a day it has been. This will go down in the history of Gordon Bennett flights for sure. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Regan. Ciao.
Hear you.
Developing story. We've got breaking news right now, Sam. Over to the video. Let's have a look. This is...
That's Germany 3. We actually thought that this might happen during the show this afternoon, but now what you're seeing is the very last balloon in this year's Gordon Bennett race touching down because they couldn't quite get to Swiss. So they lost their track as they were going down to the point. So they're you can see they've been fighting some thermals here all afternoon, trying to get ins or outside that line. But so now we're just seeing Germany 3 just landed.
Germany 3 with 2 days, 20 hours and 58 minutes in flight, Sam.
What an incredible race. And to be able to see it here unfold the way we have here in the southwest of Portugal, we had one balloon on a peninsula. We had another balloon on another peninsula. And we thought we were going to have Germany 3 come in best Swiss, but they couldn't do it because they really fought some thermals right in here in the late afternoon conditions.
I'm sure the people at home are going crazy. Let's go over to our social media wall with Florian and producer Mark. What are people saying?
Of course, there's a lot of excitement here about this finish, but there's a few actual questions in here as well. One is basically what weather information, what weather programs or apps are those teams using to get like this precise flying?
Well, there's all kinds of different, both free as well as paid weather apps that you can use. Windy is something that we've been overlaying on our tracking on YB just to see what the winds are. But there's all kinds of different paid services that you can get, and they give you quite accurate information.
Next question.
And we have another question that was just happened slightly before Germany 3 landed. It's basically why was his distance counting down and not up while he was flying? Why was his distance decreasing at the end?
Well, you can actually see that, you know, the way to win the race, of course, is the greatest distance from your takeoff point. But the way that he was zigzagging back and forth here, he was trying to increase his distance. But each time that maybe a thermal caught him and he was going in another direction, you could actually see that distance was being taken away. And so it's essentially that straight line. And of course, that would have been an optimum landing point right here. But he couldn't quite get to the outside of Swiss 1, so he took the next safe landing site because you can see there's a very high cliff right here that he didn't want to mess with.
Next question. Nothing else at the moment for us. Exciting stuff. Let's just look at that trajectory there of Swiss 1. We wondered how they were going to catch it. They got the left, they brought it in. Absolutely incredible, Sam.
You know, at one point, we were watching one balloon approach from the north at 4,000 meters, and we were seeing another balloon that was approaching the same area at only 400 meters above the surface. And in this particular case, he didn't like the landing there, so he just flew back over and went to the other peninsula. So it was quite extraordinary to see how all those teams worked with their METs to get the weather information that they needed to know that they could get right there.
We've still got some
quite
more.
Extraordinary.
Oh, sorry, Sam. I thought you'd finish there. We've still got more content to bring you as well. USA 2. We're in the car on the way back. Let's have a look what they were saying.
Good afternoon. This is from USA 2, Barbara and Peter. And we're driving right now back to Barcelona on our way back to Switzerland, where we had picked up our balloon so we can drop our balloon off for shipping. What was our landing like? Fast, but in a very nice farmer's plowed field. Did a textbook landing, came in, planted it, and didn't drag at all. It was wonderful.
About 50 yards from a dirt road, and our crew was there in a couple of hours. We landed in the morning. We were all packed up by noon and ready to hit the road. Unfortunately, we didn't fly longer because the Madrid airspace got in our way, but that's the way it happens sometimes, and we are certainly excited to be watching the finish right now of a pretty amazing competition.
That's all.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Wow, what a day, what a week, what a Gordon Bennett. Unofficially right now, but it looks like it might be all over, Sebastian.
I think so, yeah. The last balloon just landed 5 minutes ago.
How are you feeling, man? You put a lot of effort into this, a lot of months.
That was a big bunch of work. So first of all, I want to congratulate to Austria. So Stephanie and Wosi, they did really well. So congratulations from my heart. I really grant you the win of the Gordon Bennett race. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And how is it, just tell me how it's ramped up from you on a week and a daily basis to put all this together. I know by the launch day, I saw your phone on the table. It would just never stop ringing.
No.
So it must have come every week, a little bit more pressure. You know, you seem to handle it okay, though.
Well, this project started about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was just organizing the small things, get contact with the World Federation, with the CIA, with the Ballooning Federation. And it was some kind of easy work. It was just beside my normal work, beside other projects. Every day a little bit of emails, getting a website, finding small sponsors, finding bigger sponsors, finding the biggest sponsors.
Yeah.
And then the time was running, yeah. So getting the crew together, getting a big team together, all volunteers, nobody's paid. So, and then also collecting more money because the project was not getting easier, yeah.
Right.
Finding a launch place inside the city before a castle. So we need to get in contact with the council of the castle. We need to get in contact with the city, with the government. And then about 8 weeks ago, I nearly stopped working for my company, and Gordon Bennett was a full-time job. So.
You know, air sports, in all air sports, is quite a niche activity. And then gas ballooning and the Gordon Bennett is even more niche of that. And the effort that goes into it and the teams that have to come together, the people that have to bring everything they've got, bring the A game, it's to be applauded, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But it was not just a job of mine. Yeah? So I have a good and a big team. I just forgot my paper there. Just to mention maybe Niels, my deputy, like Maxi was responsible for finance. Martin Busch, infrastructure on the launch field.
Yeah.
Marvin, he was responsible for IT. My sister Fritzi for social media beside your great TV
She's done
production.
a great job. She's done a great
She
job.
just do the small pictures, collecting this. And there are several other people who work on the field, and everybody did a great job. I think I forgot somebody. Also, you guys from Gordon Bennett TV, the production. I love it, really.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, the competition team, like Thomas, Sam, Benoit, Caroline. She did an awesome job with ATC, and of course the judge. They come here and need to observe everything. So
Monique.
So looking back, I think we hit everything on the point. The launch field, the takeoff, the crew, the people, the event team, the judge, you guys. So also the hotel. So I'm still looking where when it comes that something is not working really well. Maybe the prize giving.
Maybe the prize giving. We'll be all right with that. We spoke with our unofficial winners, with Wutzi and Steffi, just before takeoff. Let's see what they were saying.
For me, the adventures, I think the ballooning and the gas ballooning visit, it's like it never really changed if you look in history. Like the race kind of is still the same. Maybe some equipment changed, but the basics are still the same. And if you compare how it was like 100 years ago, well, technique changed, but it's in the end all the same. And it's a trip into something unknown. Like the plan changed quite a few times in between. The circumstances, the weather changes, and I think that makes it the adventure. And everybody that followed the Gordon Bennett race probably knows that it's a little bit like an addiction, and that a lot of people don't do anything else the next 3 days and checking apps. That is really cool. Following the balloons, like digital, it's taking part of the adventure as well.
Yeah, in general, it's like you have to be a team player and you have to understand each other quite well. Yeah? So that's the advantage that me and Steffi have. We know each other over 20 years, from skydiving environment, from like being on holidays with each other, and like knowing each other very well. So that helps for sure, because you understand the person in everyday situations, and then you can just translate this into the basket. And yes, that's the ideal situation, that you have a team and you can grow together. And a special shout out to the whole team, the whole command center, working right now in front of the computers, and also our chase crew, which are gonna sit in the car and enjoying actually the same situation that we have in the basket. They're gonna be sitting close to each other, trying to motivate each other to go. And they are also as excited as we are. So that's a good thing to have a good, excited crew, which are looking forward for long car drives together. So big shout out to them.
And an interesting little story. I know Steffi and Wutzi from the skydiving, from their events in that. Wutzi, I've been commentating him for over 20 years now on the canopy piloting events. So it's really special for me for him to be here now and doing what he's doing. And you go back a long way.
Yes, I know him for a very long way. I know also his parents, Thomas Lewitz and Sylvia Wagner. Both of them were also flying Gordon Bennett races, So this is a second generation Gordon Bennett pilot. And we live quite close to each other. So he lives also in the Czech Republic, has their huge operations in Klatovy, skydiving operations. And from time to time, we meet each other, and they are dear friends to mine.
They came into this going for the win, Thomas. They knew what they wanted to do.
Yes, yes. So they are committed. They are safe, but they are committed. They do want to win. They didn't come here to do a fiesta flight. So yes, they came here to take the pot home.
Give me your analysis of today and all this action down here in the bottom corner of Portugal.
Yeah. So there were two different strategies. You clearly see that. You see the Swiss strategy, who tried to approach that point here from the east, which nicely worked. That means you come quite high and then you go low and even lower to get here, while Woodsy took the road over the ocean, very, very high, then dropped here low and hit the spot on the mark. Also, Germany 3 tried to have this link like Switzerland had it, or like Woodsy had it on here. You see that they had it for a while, but then they lost it. I think the terminals started to kick in. And when the terminals start to kick in, you don't have that steady wind direction anymore, which you can see by this line they are having here. So it was not steady going to the south anymore, and that's the reason why they ended up where they ended up right now. But great fighting of all three teams. It was nail biting. I was very, very impressed by the skill level of all three teams, three crews. So that was really great.
Excellent stuff. We're still waiting to try and get Woodsy and Steffi on the line, and we'll bring them to you as soon as we can. In the meantime, we caught up with Germany 2 and, of course, Gerhard after their landing. We're just going to wait for that moment. Just to tell me one more time, with the commitment that these teams make with Steffi and with Woodsy there, how much training would they have done, Thomas?
They do quite considerable training. So they do training flights. These training flights are there to test your equipment, to see the reliability of the equipment, to see if the balloon has any holes or something like that. So you need to do these training flights. Also, you need to do these training flights and training landings, because as you can see here, this landing was not an easy landing. You had to hit the spot really, really on the spot. And you can't hit it so on the spot if you don't have the training and if you are not confident enough that you can set down the balloon on a 100-meter field.
Incredible. You wouldn't believe what's going on behind the scenes to bring the call. I think we might have the call now with our potential winners, with Woodsy and Steffi. Let's see if we can bring them live to you on the screen. Let's just check it out now and see if they're there. Just switching over the screen there now. This is not something we normally do, but there we go. There's Woodsy. Woodsy, how are you? Don't even need audio from him at the moment.
Woodsy, do you hear us?
I think he needs to connect to the audio. Where did they land, Thomas? Where was it they landed?
You don't hear us? You
Thomas,
don't hear us?
Where was it they landed? Tell me about the place where they landed.
So they landed on the very southern tip of Portugal. There is like a finger, kind of, you know. It's a historic place for the Portuguese people. It's a fort where they landed. It's on a cliff. Very exposed, a lot of tourists there, and it was an on-spot landing there.
I think I've got them now in my ear. Let's check it out. Let's see if we've got... there we go. Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, we're doing great. Thank you.
This is brilliant to see you here, and it's been one crazy day. Just talk me through your day.
Oh, I was sleeping all night, quite good, and Steffi brought us in a good position, and then we had the chance to change the strategy a little bit and go towards the west and out to the sea again, to be in a good position for the final landing on the furthest spot.
To see you most of the day out there over the ocean, crawling down, everybody was, are they okay? Are they going to be okay? Are they going to be all right? My wife was doing it as well. She was getting into a panic. You've really given us a good show today, guys. Really, really have.
Yeah, it was quite exciting as well, but we had a very, very good strategy team. Big shout out to our strategy center in Gladbeck. They made it possible. So we knew the trajectories and we trusted in them and we went just with that.
You got the Swiss behind you here. Pascal and Kurt What a day! What about the German 3? Were you ever worried about what they were going to do? Germany 3 there at the end?
No, not worried because we know that they are very good pilots, and we were actually expecting them to beat us. It's like the only chance to not get beaten is just to land out of the furthest tip, but we did not quite manage it, but almost. And they put on a good show as well until the end, because right now it's really like the thermal winds are kicking in, and I think we just landed on the last minutes where the thermals started.
And Thomas?
Yes, I want to say congratulations, although we don't have an official result yet, but you made the longest distance, that I can say. And once we do the official results, I will be able to congratulate you officially as well. I seriously think you did an incredible job. All 3 pilots down there. And of all 3 pilots, you risked probably the most and you got the most rewarded. So great job, good teamwork. I know you two, you worked perfectly up there, really nicely.
So what's it, Steffi, when was the defining moment of this race? When was the moment you realized you were going to take it, and what was the highlight of the race? Those 2 separate points.
Well, like in the morning, we had a short discussion about that. We realized that we are actually in a quite good position, and we had a small, talk about the opportunity to go over the sea, because I was the only one. And then we said, well, if you're in the spot, then you should try it. No? It's like, and that's what we did. Thanks to the command center, because otherwise I think we would have not done it. I needed to have the confidence that we go back to land.
And the highlights, guys, the highlights of the flight for you? Obviously winning.
Of course. Yeah, we never went over the ocean or over the water. So that for sure is a highlight, and doing that twice on the flight is very super happy.
Wutzi and Steffi, now tell us some insight. Was there a point you were doubting that you are doing the right thing?
I think that's. I think you would be lying if that's not in every pilot's mind. Like, you look the other teams, and there are so many doubts, and sometimes you think, oh no, we lost the strategy, and we are not. We're losing the whole thing. So and we cannot catch up anymore. But yes, our command center always brought us back. So yeah, but there are many doubts for sure.
Well done.
And guys, we're just checking with the audience to see if they've got any questions for you at the moment. Let's just check in with our guys and see what they've got. Sam, do you have a question, Sam?
Yes. Hi, congratulations again. This is Sam. Just wanted to ask, how much sand ballast did you have on board when you landed?
I think 1 bag around.
Yeah, but we
Yes. And I would say 20 or 30.
Once again?
Same as Kurt. We were just talking to him.
Oh, Kurt had also just 1 bag left. Okay.
Are you going for a little celebration with the Swiss now? Is that the plan?
Yeah, actually, that's the plan. We just talked to them, and we want to meet up. We're going to find a hotel together and then have a beer or 2. And also with Andreas and Axel, we're going to let them know where we are. And then I think we're going to have a good, short but good evening.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you for joining us on this live call. It means everything to us in the studio and everybody watching back home as well. But once again, from us all here, congratulations, you two.
Let me just introduce you to our really heroes, because they were at the landing site. Nikki, where are you? Here are they. Here's our chase crew. These are the real guys. They were here on landing, just on the spot.
Stefan and Nikki, right?
So now, Regan, you know why we left Münster on Saturday.
Yes, I do indeed. Tell me about your journey, guys. How was the drive?
Yeah, we put the hammer down and just looked that we are very close to the balloon, and Our goal was to be there before they land, and that's mission completed, I would say.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you all back here for sure.
See you Friday.
Yeah.
See you then. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Wow, look at that. That's, right from the action, right from the landing. What a great experience this is. We've still got some content to bring you as well. We don't want to leave anybody out. I think we've got our interview with Germany too. Let's check it out.
Hello.
Hey, how are we all doing?
There.
Germany too.
Oh, yeah.
With Gerhard in the middle.
Great. We are super great. We already finished packing up the balloon.
That was quick.
So, yeah, everything went well. I mean, we were quick because the girls were here like 10 minutes after landing.
10 minutes after touchdown,
and we are about 4 kilometers away from the nearest normal road.
Yes.
It worked quite well.
Good. The van had no problems getting to you?
No, not at all. I mean, there are some, I don't know if you can see it in the background, but there are some roads for
tracks rather, but
tracks.
Everything's very dry here, so it's no problem driving.
Absolutely brilliant. What a race, guys. What a journey. It's really tense right now, but let's talk about your adventure. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, it was really our farthest flight so far in a competition or at all. So
I think, as you can see, Matthias is missing the words because the flight was really, really special. There were so much different landscapes, so much different directions, so different things all the way from flying across Cologne Bonn Airport right after takeoff, and then we went to France, and then we did 250 kilometers above the Atlantic Ocean, and went into Spain, and then over Spain the journey just continued. So it's just an amazing flight.
It's probably your most memorable flight so far, would you say?
Probably, yes.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow.
I mean every flight is different, but that one was really amazing.
Yeah. Tell me about your decision then this morning with landing. Talk me through that.
Well, basically, yesterday evening, we got the request from our command center if we would be able to spend the night quite high. Yeah. And then we were calculating it, and it might have been possible, yes, but we said no. We after that fantastic flight, we want to be safe and have a good landing. And so yesterday evening, we basically decided, okay, we're not going to go as high as the other teams, and stay lower to have really nice landing conditions today, which kind of worked because it was still quite a windy landing. I think 50 meters above ground, we still had 50 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
So, yeah, but it worked easy. We had, I mean, as you can see in the background, we had quite a nice and big field. And so we had for the wind speeds, quite a soft landing.
And are you actually in Albuquerque?
Not yet, but we will visit it later. It should be about 4 kilometers from here. Yeah, so taking a look at the girls.
Like that, yeah. We were thinking about because we were flying right towards the village, but it's like a castle on the hill. It looks beautiful from afar, so we're gonna visit it afterwards. But then we had this big open field here and said, yeah, that's what we're gonna take.
You've got to get the selfie with the town, the village sign at some point, right?
We will visit in the next 2 hours.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, a big thank you to Lisa and Emily for their updates they've been sending as they were driving down. How are they doing? Are they doing good?
Yeah, they're doing well. Good wave. But I think they are almost. I think they are almost as tired as we are. I mean, they had quite a long journey as well.
Yeah.
But they're happy. They seem happy.
So we're gonna go for a nice hotel with a swimming pool, maybe.
Oh, lovely.
Nice dinner tonight.
Oh, it sounds amazing. Will you get a room for me? I'll be there in about 12 hours.
Yeah, no worries, Reagan. Just feel free to join.
Mark, any comments on the rest of the balloons that are still flying?
Well, we
no, nothing to say. Nothing to say. Exciting though, eh?
Fingers crossed for all the teams in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, in the end, we just I think as everybody, we just hope that everybody makes a safe landing, and it is of course an exciting race and an exciting finish. And I mean, we are stuck to the phone as well, watching it. And well, let's hope for the best for everybody, and may the best win.
And how many of those cans has Gerhard had?
Enough.
Enough.
Listen, guys, thanks very much. Really appreciate you giving us some time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your hotel, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the welcome back party.
We will. Thank you, Regan.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now. And we also caught up with last year's winners, with France 2, Eric Desailliers and Benoit Harvey. Let's check in with those gentlemen.
We are in the middle of nowhere. No inhabitants, no road, no houses.
You're always in the middle of nowhere. Eric Desailliers, Benoit Harvey, France 2. Hello, my friends. Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour again.
Wow, what a race. What a race this is, gentlemen.
It was a very tough one, and we don't even know the results because there's almost no connection here, so we don't know exactly what's going on at the moment.
Well, we are currently watching Germany 3, Swiss 1, and Austria 2, all converging down at that point. We've got 2 webcams on the beach where we're looking for balloons. It's incredible stuff right now. Tell me about your race.
The weather was good, but it was a tough race. We didn't sleep so much. We had to pilot a lot, and that was not so easy. And we are a bit tired, and I guess everyone is probably tired. Yeah. So the level of performance is increasing years after years. And when you see that 5 or 6 balloons are going to the Cape St. Vincent, it's unbelievable. It's one small point in Europe.
Oh, it's incredible. Where are you? Do you know your location?
Benoit checked on the web.
In the south of Portugal, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz, something like
that.
Yeah. Do you want to see the balloon? We are in the north of Faro. So
Faro, yeah.
We are going to show you the balloon.
Well, let's see. Are you in contact with your chase crew?
Yeah. They are coming. They are coming soon.
Look at this. It looks
the
like
net is in the trees.
Yeah. It's on the road.
On the road, the net. Yeah.
Wow. It's like a scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
My son isn't happy because he made the net.
Oh, so... I'm sure it's fine.
Olive trees, but it's in order to test if it's solid.
Where? Of course. How is the basket?
Oh, it's okay.
Everything is fine.
The
landing was fine.
Is this actually where you landed?
Yeah.
You've not moved it since?
Just on the road. Yeah.
Everything is okay? Yolande de Ho is here.
Hello. Bonjour.
Good flight.
How was your ballast at the end?
It's very warm, probably 35 degrees here. Very warm.
No, our ballast.
Oh, attends, yeah. Our ballast. Oh, we had plenty of ballast, so that was not the issue.
Yes. Amazing, gentlemen, amazing. And how long do you think until you get your chase crew?
They will be here within 1 hour. So they knew that we were aiming the end of the Portugal, so they were already there. Just the time to come small.
They were at the beach, I think.
Yes. And how about passing the Pyrenees? Everybody says that was quite an intense moment.
In fact, we went through the ocean. It was shorter to cross the ocean and very stable, very quiet, very stable, no ballast at all. And yes, flying on the seas is interesting.
Yes. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. It's so good to see you both safe and well and smiling. And we look forward to seeing you back here.
Yeah, see you.
We are very curious about the result of the race.
Yes.
It's difficult to see on the web, but we want to know who is going to win because
we do too.
It's an incredible finish.
Could be a few hours yet. Gentlemen, Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
See you.
Thank you very
Bye
much.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Merci again. À bientôt.
Well, we almost made it through to 70 hours, a two-timer time right now, 69 and 52. Thomas, we've got some beautiful shots. This is Germany 3 just after their landing of quite a few moments ago.
And there you see they landed really nicely at a road, so it will be very easy to pack it up. But also you see that they have flipped the basket, so it was probably a little bit of a quicker landing. Usually at this landing, so everything looks chaotic, but that's how it should be. That's how it's supposed to be.
Wow, brilliant!
Yeah, on the top you see here the parachute. That's where the gas is being released. You know that's usually on the top, so it's pulled. The gas is released. Here you see the two pilots, the envelope lying there, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful stuff. They all look very happy and content after such a long flight for the team there. Germany 3 finishing off not very long ago at all. It's the adrenaline must be very high at that moment, Thomas.
Oh, absolutely. I'm surprised that they are walking that nicely. Usually, after I did such a flight, I just dropped that next to the basket, you know. But there you see how good in a shape they are and how tense or how good their nerves are. And here you see the black thing here is the solar panel. With that, they are recharging their batteries during the flight. And it's a super lightweight basket built by their club. So the club built a basket. So all is good. These two pilots you see smiling, I would even say relaxed. I think they are relieved. Maybe that's a better word.
Well, what an incredible day it has been. What an incredible race it has been as well. It's the FAI Long Distance Gas Balloon Championships, the 67th Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett. And wow, it's just been an absolutely incredible day. And we know, we've been watching that tracking. You saw where these teams were coming from, how they were approaching. Let's have a look at the incredible approach from Austria 2.
Here you see that he's ballasting. This is the dust there is. And you can see that the balloon is actually descending quicker than the sand. So that was quite a rapid descent he was doing on that peninsula. Or she, I don't know who was piloting at that moment. Maybe it was Steffi, maybe it was Wutzi. Again, some ballasting. So they were really, really hammering down the balloon to hit that peninsula and not to get into the unfavorable streams of wind on the ground. Again, ballasting, you know, there's some more going. The balloon only has, I would say, some 400 cubic meters of hydrogen in there. It's very, very flaccid and going down. The peninsula is just a couple of 100 meters wide, so you really need to nail it on the spot. And that's what they did, you know. Now, kind of leveling out the balloon so you don't hit the ground too hard, you know, but not too soon so the balloon doesn't go up again.
Absolutely wonderful. What great shots this is as well. Beautiful images. The end of such an iconic adventure in the skies out over the ocean. This team, bringing them to the ground. It's a very steady shot as well, isn't it?
It is a steady shot, and here you see usually the balloon is round, and the reason why it's so like this is because a lot of gas is missing at this point of the flight. Now you see they are getting into this unfavorable wind back into the land, and so they are now pulling the balloon down right on the spot, I would say.
Well, some beautiful pictures of how it all ended after those days and nights in the sky for Wutzi and Steffi. That's how it ended. Let's have a look at how it all began for them here in Munster. Wow, well, that is it. Gordon Bennett 2024. The 67th Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett. Thomas Hoare, it's done.
I'm done. Not quite. I have to publish the official results, wait for complaints or protests. I'm done after the award ceremony.
We will see you next year for the 68th Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett in France, in Metz. We're looking forward to seeing you there, aren't we?
I will be present there as well, yes.
Thanks very much for joining us, for all your comments and all your interactions. We're nothing without you. Thanks for joining us. For me, Regan Tetlow, and all the team at Gordon Bennett TV, it's a wrap. See ya.
Bye-bye.